guy's thoroughly hinged, and I don't believe he has a serious... he's not a fiscal conservative. He's the opposite. And I shudder to think what happens to this country if we have 4 more years of the current fiscal insanity. But anyway, having said that, if he was at 61 and DeSantis was at not 13 but 30, it would be a boat race, as they say.
Oh, you're right.
It would be a laugher.
You're right.
In fact, let's triple Ron's share to 39%.
Well, let's make it, yeah, let's make it
139.
Let's make it a 2-person race. It still wouldn't be worth following.
Well, yeah, yeah, indeed. If DeSantis solidified every single other vote, yeah, it would be, again, as they say in various words, a vote race.
So all that was leading up to this. I thought Mark Halpern had an interesting thing in his newsletter yesterday where he was writing on behalf of the Republican establishment. He was trying to, he's not part of it, but he was trying to like, this is what the Republican establishment is saying to Donald Trump, to America. And this is coming out of Saturday's look how crazy and awful he is. Including a big segment on Roundtable on CNN with a whole bunch of guests going through how awful Trump is and blah, blah, blah. So the Republican establishment was saying this: we didn't love all of the stuff that you said, but to treat your speech like a joke rather than acknowledging that half the country totally agrees with you pisses us off. And we can't get through 2024 without completely accepting that all of our party, from the bluest collars to our K Street lobbyists, to our corporate executives, to our suburban moms, to, yes, non-white voters that you were much to our surprise attracting to our banner, all of those folks look at the media's treatment of Hunter Biden, the failure to control the border, inflation, and everything else, and see a lot more threats to our democratic way of life from Joe Biden than from you. That is what gets Donald Trump elected. You can write all the articles you want about the threat to democracy that Donald Trump is, but all those people just named there by Mark Halpern and the Republican establishment, and some that aren't, see Joe Biden as a bigger threat with the inflation and the media lying about things and a number of other things. Oh, and the law and order, obviously, the border is out of control.
Right, the lawlessness which you've been discussing today, including the border, that is incredibly corrosive for us. Is the law-abiding and tax-paying, see everybody else getting away with it, quote-unquote, that will bring the country down. I don't think if Trump just ran on everybody that every rally will be groaning about what they just spent at the grocery store last night or at the gas station, and then throw in, and tax money's going to support gazillions of people that continue to flow across the border because nobody does anything about it. That's all he needs. I think he will run on that, 100%. But the big question mark, as always, is what happens after the great Grant POTUS wanders in his boxer shorts out onto Pennsylvania Avenue and has to be brought home by the cops.
I hope they have a helicopter overhead. That'll be something to watch.
Armstrong and Getty.
The holidays are the happiest time of the year. That is, unless you or your loved ones are miserable because of colds, sinus infections, or allergies. This holiday season, give the gift of better breathing with Navage. What makes Navage so effective? Well, unlike cold and allergy drugs that might take a long time to help, if they're effective at all, Navage provides fast relief from sinus congestion in 30 seconds flat. Navage doesn't just relieve symptoms, it attacks the cause by sucking out the germs, allergens, and viruses trapped in your nose that are making you feel miserable. Best of all, Navage does it naturally, without drugs. Wash away your cold and congestion problems this holiday season. Add Navage to your gift list so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier all year long. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Staples holiday deals mean amazing savings for the holiday season on hot tech like laptops, game systems, earbuds, and more. Right now, save up to $350 on select PCs. In-store only, offer ends 12/23. See an associate for details. Have yourself a merry little holiday deal at Staples.
Why should the Federal Reserve have so much power over your IRA or your 401k? Whether they create a new bubble with low interest rates would pop the last bubble with high interest rates, a group of unelected government officials has no business deciding your future. Hi, I'm Dr. Ron Paul, and this is just one more reason why I recommend a physical gold IRA from Birch Gold Group. Because precious metals are the best way to maintain your financial independence. And now you can hold gold inside of a tax-advantaged account. To learn more, text the word SECURE to 989898, and my friends at Birch Gold will send you a free info kit on gold IRAs. Birch Gold is the only gold IRA company I trust. So text SECURE to 989898 to request your free info kit right now.
Fires are becoming more unpredictable, and charred soil is increasing our risk for flooding. Knowing your flood risk builds resilience, and having flood insurance gets you disaster ready. Visit floodsmart.gov/wildfires to get ready and stay resilient. What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to know? Too hard?
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes isn't long.
Nope. And they're fun. Fun isn't hard. Right. Babbel's interactive lessons, podcasts, games, and more make it fun and engaging. You don't realize you're learning a language, but you are. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life. You can choose from topics like travel, business, relationships, and more. You'll learn what matters most to you. Plus, Babbel's lessons are designed to get you thinking right away. In 3 weeks, you're able to start having conversations.
Just 3 weeks. Even better.
Since Babbel's lessons are designed by language experts and voiced by real native speakers, you'll get the accents just right and be able to carry on conversations with confidence.
Learning a language with Babbel doesn't take long.
And with Babbel, it isn't hard.
It's perfect.
And now, try Babbel free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com. I'm Tony Lopez with CBS 13 News. I've never been more proud to be in local news than I am right now with our team. It's a difficult time. News is coming at you from so many sources. So now more than ever, it is crucial that we step up our game, and we do it every day. Asking questions, digging deeper. Every night's a new challenge, but this team is tenacious, and they continue to push for answers for you and bring you the stories that matter. Getting answers. Every night on the CBS 13 News at 10.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to hims.com/radio. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Updated news at the top and bottom of every hour. Now, traffic on Talk 650 KSTE and streamed on the iHeartRadio app.
Give it 13 minutes on West Cap City from the 80 split to downtown Sacramento. West Rail Grove to downtown, all clear. 12 minutes on North I-5, 10 minutes on North 99. West 50, Folsom to downtown, 24 minutes. 17 minutes from Woodland downtown on South I-5, and Sacramento to Davis in 18. Traffic every 10 minutes, mornings and afternoons on KFPK News Radio, 93.1 FM, 1530 AM.
This report is sponsored by Bonnie Plumbing, Heating and Air. Imagine taking a nice warm bath in your shower. Let us fix that. Right now, get that clogged drain unclogged for just $97. Bonnie Plumbing, Sewer, Electrical, Heating and Air. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
Broadcasting from the Big Mountain Heating and Air Studios. The Glenn Beck program, I Want a New Jingle, clearly reminding people who's responsible. Paying too much at the grocery store is Bidenomics. Tomorrow at 6 on Talk 650 KSTE.
Talk 650 KSTE.
pistachio ice cream, given up on parallel parking twice, reread Sense and Sensibility, and started washing down benzodiazepines with rosé. I love you, girl. How'd I do, ladies?
Lady Ballers, streaming exclusively on Daily Wire Plus December 1st.
Okay, we're gonna have to play that again now that we know what it is. When you know what it is, it might be funnier. So this is a movie, and I'm about to read about it, but it's a movie portraying guys who were not good athletes when they were younger, so they decide to, I guess, pretend they're women and compete in women's sports. Nobody would ever do that. And so they can do well, having had failed athletic careers as men. So let's hear it again now that this is some pretty stereotypical stuff about mocking women, but go ahead.
Day one of being a girl athlete, I've already eaten a whole pint of pistachio ice cream, given up on parallel parking twice, reread Sense and Sensibility, and started washing down benzodiazepines with rosé.
Okay, that's good.
I love you, girl.
I don't know what I feel about that, but it's funny. It made me laugh.
I saw the actual trailer for this movie. It is very, very funny.
Let me read from Newsweek. I picked kind of at random a media coverage of this. A controversial new film mocking transgender women in sports has received hundreds of reviews online. They already got a couple of editorial words in there, controversial and mocking. Lady Ballers is a comedy about a school basketball coach. He creates a team made up of men and dresses women as a means to dominate women's sports and salvage his reputation. The film has been slammed as transphobic by the LGBTQ plus people and their
Slam
allies.
away, friends. Slam away.
But many people took to movie rating website Rotten Tomatoes to give it 5 stars. Its release comes amid an ongoing cultural war, maybe you've heard about it, about transgender rights, especially around competing in sports with cisgender women. Since premiering on the Daily Wire website on Friday, Lady Ballers has managed to pick up a 96% viewer rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Love it. 96%! Love this. However, the movie is yet to receive a critics rating. Transphobic, please. People who left written reviews of Lady Ballers were divided about the film. Doesn't sound very divided if it's 96%. Normally you would consider that an overwhelming success. To call it divided means you're going to pick out the 4% of people who didn't like it and give them equal weight to the 96% of people who did, right?
Yeah, I don't know what percentage of people just rate it versus leave a written review. I think that's what they're trying to...
Anyway, here's one of the negative reviews. Pathetic, poorly written and poor acting. It's nothing more than a money grab from the people who align with their hatred of everything they disagree with. This sort of movie has been done before with much better viewing, writing, acting, less hatred, and cheap mockery. However, another had a different take. Not every day you see something original and fresh. Haven't laughed this much in a long time. Highly recommend. A third person wrote, I think the movie is transphobic and unfunny. An interesting idea. And it's a reality, to a certain extent. You had the most famous example of all was, while he was a good swimmer as a man, good enough to be a Division I swimmer, he was not a standout star winning tournament, then he decided to swim as a woman and dominate. Now, he might actually be committed to the whole I'm going to be a woman thing for the rest of his life. In fact, I have no reason to think he's not, but it doesn't mean you get to go dominate women's sport.
I can barely even work up the energy to answer the whole transphobic thing. Okay. Free speech, yes. Employment, yes. Housing, yes. Beating the hell out of women in sports, absolutely not. Going into locker rooms, women's prisons, no, not a freaking chance. New York Post, 2 transgender cyclists have once again snagged first and second place at a women's major competition, with some calling their victories outrageous and an assault on the rights of biological female riders. They're calling them those things because they are, you see. Tessa Johnson, who's a dude, took first place in the women's single speed category at certainly was at puberty at the Illinois State Cyclocross Championships on Sunday, while so-called Evelyn Williamson, 30, placed second. The two were pictured on the podium with Kristen Chalmers, the sole biological female to medal, meaning the sole female to medal. Look at these two dudes. It's a freaking joke.
You people who are in favor of this, don't you understand? You're the ones who are being made asses. God, this is so ridiculous. Slide aside before we get back to the movie. I saw a thing, so there is a group that has stood up for all kinds of different things, but didn't stand up for the Israeli women being raped in Israel. But anyway, one of the things this group had stood up for, and they showed their posters, was transgender lesbians are lesbians. And I was trying to figure out what exactly. So that would be a guy, former dude, a guy who naturally liked women, as most people do, most guys do. Yeah. Then decides he's a woman trapped in a man's body, and so then he's a lesbian for like another group. Okay. Still likes girls. That's what happened there. Yeah. All right. That was an aside from this. More on the movie Lady Ballers. This movie will make you rethink transgender women and men in women's sports. No, I don't think so. I think we've all thought about it and come to our conclusion already. I don't know if we... Oh, right! They would have an advantage, wouldn't they? Is there anybody saying that? I don't know. Yeah, the cultists of the whole, woke gender theory crowd. But almost the entirety of the national media coverage on this movie is that it's a hateful, transphobic, awful mess. Meanwhile, it has close to 100% audience rating on Rotten Tomatoes. So how do you square that circle? Wouldn't this be fun, friend? Make your argument without using the word transphobic. I don't have an unnatural fear of really anything. Well, certainly nothing in this realm. Transphobic. Let's go ahead and argue this out without using that word, you lazy dopes. Martina Navratilova reacting to the two dudes who won the bike race. More mediocre male bodies taking podium places from female athletes, and it stinks. Martina Navratilova, who is gay. Yeah, gay. Well, I saw a meme the other day. The whole LGBTQ plus minus BBQ RBF thing. They just went with the LBGT thing. And the statement was, it was really an editorial comment. LGB are realizing that this marriage was a forced marriage. And it's being enforced through violence, and we want out. The whole gay people being joined at the hip with, like, either mentally ill people or whatever, like these two dudes who are biologically male. They're big, strong-looking dudes. I mean, they're accomplished cyclists. This guy's legs, when I was at the height of my athletic prowess, I didn't have thighs like this dude does. And the idea that person with a straight face says, I'm a woman, I'm going to race against women in bicycling. You have a mental illness. And then take pride in my winning. That's what I don't get, is I can see how you say, oh, I'm a it's backwards. I mean, woman trapped in a man's body, but I'm not going to go compete against biological women. I mean, that would be ridiculous. Because there's a separation even among that. I have an unfair advantage. I'm not going to, go box women or wrestle women or something like that when I was born a guy. Yeah, that would be absurd and horrible. But I feel like I'm a woman. I'm going to go buy a female name, and I'm going to take the treatments, and I'm going to dress as a woman. So, yeah, go ahead. I wish you nothing but a happy life, my friend. I wonder what the percentage breakdown is on that. Oh, and get your hands off the kids. Yeah, that too. Yeah. It's interesting, I got to tell you, as a observer of humankind, to see philosophies this bereft of logic and truth and really anything to support them get this popular. I feel like it's scary. I still feel like the rubber's going to meet the road at some point with probably the Olympics. It almost has to be the Olympics because it's when everybody's paying attention. Because for whatever reason, as we've said for years, you can